Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be listening to Florence and the Machine, and the song is Dog Days Are Over. Florence and the Machine are an English indie rock band that formed in London in 2007. Okay, we're in the 2000s quite comfortably now. Florence and the Machine's sound has been described as a combination of various genres, including rock and soul, kind of like the name. Florence sounds really old-fashioned. Then we have and the Machine. That sounds not only distant, but quite Industrial Revolution. They have been nominated for 6 Grammy Awards, including Best New Artist and Best Pop Vocal Album. Additionally, the band performed at the 2010 MTV Video Music Awards and the 2010 Nobel Peace Prize concert. Dog Days Are Over has been widely praised by music critics, with Welsh's vocals being lauded. In October 2011, NME placed it at number 33 on its list of 150 best tracks of the past 15 years. Well, let's see what this sounds like. Something from the 2000s again. A new band I haven't tried out yet. Let's give it a try.
Happiness hit her like a train on a track, coming towards her, stuck still, no turning back. She hid around corners and she hid under beds. She killed it with kisses, and from it she fled. With every bubble she sank with a drink and washed it away down the kitchen sink. The dog days are over, the dog days are done. The horses are coming, so you better run. Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Leave all your longing behind. You can't carry it with you if you want to survive. The dog days are over, the dog days are done. Can you hear the horses? 'Cause here they come.
That was great. Everything from the first note all the way until there. Okay, there were places where I was tempted to push pause to talk about something, but the way the energy kept traveling and the way it built, it was, it felt kind of imperceptible in one sense, because it didn't feel like I was being pushed into something. It didn't feel like there was this great power surge coming. It came so organically, so naturally out of the music, out of her voice. On the other hand, there was something that held me and kept me from pressing pause. Something that said, don't disturb this. There's a special line of continuity here, beautifully carried through all the way until this point. And now this is the big pausing point up till now. Well, before I go on, let me just comment on a couple things. I liked, well, in fact, let's back up just a little bit.
Hit her like a train.
It's light. It's kind of magical. And I like when she sings track, the way she grows through that and then lets it filter away into just a little wisp of something. And then this dee 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 dee. Well, this is something from the 2000s, clearly, and the technology is very evident in this recording. But I kind of like the sound, and it feels like it could work on the harp. It would take a bit to figure out how to make it work, maybe change a few things. But it's a very inviting piece for an instrument like the harp to participate, because it has that lightness and that magic quality to it. Sort of golden strand.
Coming towards her.
And then moving ahead a bit, getting closer to where we stopped.
The horses are coming, so
This guitar, the line dum bum dum bum bum dum bum, it almost sounds like a synthesized harp sound, which also makes me think, it would be fun to play around on the harp. Maybe even some handbells, some chimes in here. Okay, and then the great build-up. Her voice gets powerful. I like the way her voice transitions so easily from light and airy to something really focused and driven. That was interesting, the way everything cleared out except for the drums, this ostinato. Da da bum, da 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 bum. And then even that stopped for a second. It's not very often that I hear in a piece of music such a clearing of the air, such a complete stop of everything. Sometimes I comment about, okay, the voice stopped, everything kind of stopped, but there's usually maybe a bit of percussion carrying it through, or maybe a bass, or maybe, one instrument kind of carrying the strand. Occasionally, somebody is brave enough to stop everything. And when done right, when placed well, it can be arresting. It can stop us in our tracks. Much like a great orator can use a moment of silence in the middle of his flow of speech to emphasize something far more powerfully than any set of words could do. Same with the music. This is one of those moments where, we have this intense, powerful musical expression, and then it clears out and we hear the drums. We're kind of entertained by that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, just the ostinato. And then that stops too. Really great in the flow of the piece.
Run fast for your mother.
And I love how you can hear her breath. Run!
Run fast for your mother. Run fast for your father. Run for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Leave all your loving alone behind. You can't carry it with you if you want to survive. The dog days are over. The dog days are done. Can you hear the
it sounds like it even is trying to be harp there. I'm not convinced it's a real harp. It's either an electronic, synthesizer or sound sample, something, or it's really modified in the studio. Actually, a lot of the sound is modified in the studio, even her voice. And there are places where I almost felt like, oh, is her voice out of tune here? But it wasn't enough to make the piece distracting or something, because I so enjoyed how well she carried the energy and how well she took this. Sometimes I talk about a piece of music that feels like the channel is narrowing and this great river is being pushed through a tight channel, and you feel an intense energy and the sort of tumbling, foaming push of the current. This didn't feel like that at all. I guess I would say it felt more like an arrow. This feeling of it's being aimed and directed, but there aren't restrictions on the side. It's not being compressed into this narrow channel. It's more like it is a very precise, focused kind of energy that is sent, and sometimes it's gentle and light, other times it goes as fast as an arrow straight to its target. And it partly has to do with the way the instrumental backing has a lightness to it as well. Those little ding, 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 ding. They kind of leave the edges open, don't they? Especially on the top end. On the bottom we have the drums. But there wasn't a lot of bass to fence in the bottom end. So we have this openness at the top, this power at the bottom, but still a sort of openness. And it allows us to feel this focus and this energy within the music. At the same time, the edges are allowing for escape if we wish, but we just don't wish to. That was fun. My first experience with Florence and the Machine. I guess I've discovered a few post-2000 bands and artists that I have enjoyed the listening experience, and this is one of them. This is one of them that I guess I would want to return to in the future and try out some more of what they've produced. So that's The Dog Days Are Over from Florence and the Machine. I enjoyed it. We'll see what comes next, and I'll see you soon.